Hey everyone, welcome back to the 8th episode of SNU Amplified, where we keep it real, raw, and unfiltered. I'm your host for today, Achal Jha, turning chaos to confidence one semester at a time. From exam stress to random success, we have got it all covered in this episode. And to take it all out, we have a very special friend of mine with us today, Prapti, who can bounce back from academic madness and turn vacation into something very meaningful. So, Prapti, how are you feeling today?
Hi Achal, hi SNU Amplified audience. I am super excited to be in this episode. And to introduce myself, I'm Prapti, aka Praps, and I'm currently in third sem. My god, I just realized we are in third sem. That means we are seniors, right, Achal?
So true. I just feel like अभी अभी तो entrance दिया था, college आए थे. Now we have got our juniors in this campus. So Prapti, tell me, exams are such a, I would say, yeah, a scary part of being a student to deal with, but it also bring up some crazy story and experiences. So are you all ready to give us some crazy stories of yours into this episode?
Absolutely. Count me in, Achal.
So good. So, Prapti, could you just please help our SNU Amplified audience to know you a little bit more? Of course, I know you because you're a friend of mine, but could you please help them and tell some of your, you know, incident or something achievement you did in your college, which gives you that main character energy?
Well, last year, our university actually hosted a poetry competition. And to let you know, and my audience, that was my first ever poetry competition. And I won the third prize over there. And it still feels so fresh and surreal to me now also. So that incident actually gives me a main character energy, because I'm like, oh my god, I won the third prize. Seriously, for the very first time in my life, I was like, oh my god, I won third prize by following my passion, my by following my identity.
So, and poetry is an extremely tough nut to crack. Huh? We all agree by this. So, tell me, Prapti, I remember while I was preparing for my 12th boards and during that study leave period, I had unlocked a new love for watching Shark Tank. So, I used to award myself watching one episode of it after preparing or revising one chapter. So, it has ever happened with you, like during preparing for your college exams, you had unlocked a new hobby of yours and which find it boring later when exams got over?
I'll call this a us moment because I also used to watch uh, Shark Tank right before my exams. It's a
It's
us
like a
moment for me.
proper thing. And then when I like tried to watch it later, it was so boring.
Yes, absolutely. It was like it was no more a Shark Tank, but a
Ex-
Titanic tank in my mind, to be honest.
So tell me, Prapti, you just got in your semesters, the couple of months are like so just knowing the teachers, setting in the vibe, and then you got your mid-sems. Okay, you're dealing with it, and later you start preparing for your practicals, then theories. So what do you enjoy more? Preparing for your practical exams or for your theory ones?
To be very honest, I don't enjoy practicing for anything, be it practicals or be it theory. But being a student, obviously, I think my
And
smile
I
says it all.
mentioned earlier that exams bring up, the one of the most crazy stories to experience because I remember when I was giving my practical in a second semester, there was a guy, who had zero attendance on his practical day exam. And ma'am asked him a very simple question that if you could just tell me the name of your lab teacher, I would give you marks. The lab teacher was standing just right there. He could not even identify her. So that's one of the most funny thing got it. Do you have one?
Well, actually, this incident reminded me of one incident from my school life. See, before starting off with this incident, I'll say that these incidents will obviously be coming in your life. Like in your school life, it was there. In your college life, it is happening now. And obviously, in your corporate life, will be this moment. So, in school life, actually, there was a parent teacher meeting, and one parent just approached our class teacher and asked her who was the class teacher, Who is my son's class teacher? I need to talk to her. And literally, ma'am was dumbfounded. So, yeah, and about that boy, I really have a question for that boy. When you will have your own child and you will take him or her to the park, will you forget that you have a child?
There's a thing that the gap between a millennial and a Gen Z is huge. There's a bridge which couldn't be fulfilled, right? So I personally think the Gen Zs are facing that situation. See, in today's world, there's a lot of online harassments, cyberbullying. So they might have faced that situation. They might know how to deal with it.
I think our generation is just a running joke on these Instagram reels,
Exactly.
you know.
They'll be busy making reels.
Yeah, so
Bugatti
true.
trend and all, they'll be
Yeah, so
doing
true.
those trends.
Like, you know, mom, but I feel genuinely that, you know, during exams, I kind of like have such weird questions in my head. And, you know, I keep on Googling this. So, what's one of your thing, the most wild thing you have Googled during your exam week?
Well, it was right before my DSA exam, theoretical exam to be more specific. I did what? I searched on Google, will I die after drinking 3 cups of coffee with 3 spoons of sugar at 3 am? And Google answered me, oh, I forgot one point actually. I'm allergic to coffee actually. But still, I'm addicted to coffee. Okay. So that's the fact, you know. During exam, I really drink coffee, lots and lots of coffee. Okay. So then Google answered me, yes, you will die because you are allergic to coffee. Obviously, you will die. And yeah,
You know-
it was mind boggling for me,
So
to be
now,
honest.
Prapti, you could just have asked me this question. You know, you could have asked any proper living being on this planet. They could have said that it's not a good thing. 3 cups of
Yeah,
coffee.
but at 3 am, obviously, I'll not contact anyone.
Okay, so 3 is a lucky number for just to let you know. Okay, tell me, you know, as a I'm in second year, but when we were in our first year, we used to ask our seniors that session break mein kya kare, and that one common suggestion everyone was upskilling karo. You know, in everything we all make those bucket lists which we're gonna fulfill in those 2 months or 1 month of session break, and the one thing is like upskilling karo. Upskilling. कैसे हो रही है ये upskilling? I can't do it. For the 2 weeks, I'm just in a jolly mood, enjoying my vacation, and they're like, ab hoga, tab hoga. And okay, our colleges are reopened.
Hmm.
So if I could give you a scenario, I could rewind your vacation by 3 days, what would you do?
I'd surely watch Seven for the third time, to be honest. Just 3 more days, and I'd have surely watched it for the third time. And in fact, if I would have watched it for the third time, I would have surely started it for the fourth time.
Comfort movie is genuinely a thing. Like, you know, what I feel during my session break, my comfort movie is Dear Zindagi. So, on my condition, I used to relate a lot from Kyra character from Dear Zindagi. So, did it happen to you that you related yourself with any movie character and all?
If I reveal this,
Please, because you know, I really know the answer, but I would really enjoy and loved if you could let our audience know about this.
I consider myself Babura, to be honest, from Herafiri. To be honest.
ए मंगल मूर्ति ए देवा मेरा पैसा डबल हो जाएगा ना रे राजू
Because, see, somewhere or the other, he was really a bit confused one. Okay, he didn't know what to do, how to do. I'm not a Raju from Herafiri. So, yeah, I consider myself as Babura. And always like complaining about this, about that, and all. This is me.
Babura, I think, is everyone's favorite character, be it any generation, you know. And, tell me, Prapti, that, I am a great planner. You know, I love planning out things. So, what are you? Are you good at planning or are you good at execution? Because we
I'm-
all make plans, you know, for preparing for the paper. Like, you know, I'll get up in the morning, utilize these 2 days of session study leave. I'll read this chapter in the morning, this at the night, and I am opening my book for the first time at 11 o'clock at night. Tell me.
Obviously, I'm good at planning. Execution. वो उसमें तो प्लान बोलते बोलते ही हाफ एग्जीक्यूशन हो जाता है
So true.
so true exactly like during the session break only I like before the exams only, I thought ki okay, let me write the book. Let me write my debut poetry book. And
Excuse me. Okay, okay, hold it on. If I haven't heard it like wrong, did you just mention that about something like debuted your poetry book or something like that?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. During the session break only, I finished my book and I published it. Yeah, it's an e-book, but still, it's my first project. Myself, Clarity is its book's name, is the book's name. And well, yeah, somewhere or the other, I really feel close. I really feel connected to this project because this is my first ever project which I have done. Like, I really am proud of myself that I had that perseverance. I had that patience to complete the first project by myself.
Damn, like, there's a quote I read on Instagram that butterflies cannot see their own wings, which basically means humans fail to see their own beauty sometimes. And that's exactly this thing. Like, being an 18-year-old and debuting your poetry book in your session break, now I feel so small because all I did was just to
Absolutely.
sleep.
No, no, absolutely not. See, happiness is something. If happiness is something that actually, like, you are happy when you see other unhappy things, right? It is, and that happiness is called hope. Sometimes it is called hope. Okay, so yes, you are hoping to do this, you are hoping to do that, but basically, you need to persevere because it's a journey. Okay, it's like being in salvation mode and all that stuff.
So
So
true.
don't feel low. Even you were sleeping, actually, you were in salvation, to be honest.
And yeah, and people like might come up with this idea of this is right, this is wrong, you must be doing this and all. I don't feel the same. I feel it's either right or it's just crazy. And I don't know how, but I always land myself into such crazy situations. So as Gen Zs, this is, I think, one slogan we swear by is Delulu is the new Sululu. So tell me, Prapti, if your break, was a trailer, which scene would be titled as Dilulu meets reality?
Well, I'll obviously like talk about this scene from the movie Burfi. Okay,
Okay.
where Ranbir Kapoor was actually running from the police officer Saurav Shukla, played by Saurav Shukla, and then when he like was arrested, and then he met Elena D'Cruz like afterwards. So basically, I consider my life, whatever it is, whatever achievement, whatever you ask me anything, I'll say that scene actually is the trailer. Okay. Like Elena D'Cruz is my ambitions. Okay. Is portraying the ambitions. Burfi is myself. And Saurav Shukla, well, the negative things, obstacles.
Yeah, so true. Barfi is also such a like a comfort movie to watch. Tell me, Prapti, what's that one of the most unexpected thing that happened in this session break, which kind of changed you, like in some way or the other?
Well, basically, I'm a turtle. Okay. I stay back at home all the time. Like during the vacation only, I stayed back at home only. I didn't that very much went out of home. So yeah, except for writing poetry book and like watching binge watching and doing reading stuff and all, I didn't have anything unexpected because as I've already mentioned, I'm good at planning but not at execution. So I really kept a bucket list, and I later on figured out that one fourth of my bucket list has not been fulfilled.
Bro, this is such an us moment, bro. Like, I
Exactly,
feel so
exactly
this.
house
I think
moment.
every student on this campus feels the same. Like, we'll make the bucket list, we're gonna fulfill this, and later,
Yeah,
just
it's like
you
the
are like,
New
you
Year
only get
resolution.
regret at the end.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, that's so
Yeah,
true.
it's just like not fulfilling the New Year resolutions. To be
Yeah,
honest.
these New Year resolutions and this bucket list, which is yet to be like tick marked after in your session break, is
Yeah,
always
instead of
complete.
bucket list, I
Incomplete
think
love story.
instead of bucket list, I think you should get a KFC bucket. That will be good.
Okay, so that's a tip we take this from this episode. So tell me, Prapti, like I remember, I remember during our exams, when we used at the morning, you're sitting with your entire friend circle, revising left, right, and center. Me, along with some of my friends, we used to sit front of that Sister Nivedita statue in the ground in a hope कि काश कोई टीचर आए और हमें देख ले एंड सिंसियरिटी के लिए हमें 2-3 मार्क्स एक्स्ट्रा दे दे. You know, kind of these delusional thoughts make you feel alive. So tell me, what kind of a person are you? Are you like I'll be awake all night and study, or are you someone like me who will be like नहीं पढ़ा है कोई बात नहीं, कल जो होगा वो देखा जाएगा. I prefer my sleep at this point of time. What do you choose?
Well, as I've already said, I'm like Babura. Okay, Babura was one dialogue was there ना कि ये 3 दिन क्या है, 3 साल देना चाहिए. So before exams, you know, I really tell this dialogue to myself and to the teachers, like in my mind only, that भाई 3 साल देना चाहिए था. 3 दिन क्यों है? But afterwards, obviously, I am a night owl. My dark circles are answering.
We can see that. That's so true. So, Prapti, you know, as we are like seniors, you know, very, very fresh seniors, what kind piece of advice would you like to give them to, you know, utilize their session break in a better way?
Well, this is a disclaimer for everyone. Okay, those who are in a relationship. Okay, please, this is a disclaimer for them. This is not meant for them. This is meant for the singles. Don't get into a relationship during session break, because actually, if I'm not wrong, we get around 1.5 month session break, right? So if you are like newbie in relationships, you'll surely lose 1.5 month of your session break for real. And upskilling, that will be downskilling for sure.
Would like to take notes while I take totes of the marijuana smoke. Oh, you wanna choke and smoke?
Downscaling, yeah, that's something fun too, you know. So, Prapti, you know, it was such a crazy fun talk to have with, you know, on this such a scary topic called exams. So, and with that, it's a wrap. We didn't just survive this semester, we made the content out of it. College won't always make sense, but your story, that's yours to write. Until next time, I am your host Chia, along with our guest Prais, signing off from SNU Amplified, where we keep it real, raw and unfiltered.
We can't be altered.